I'm starting the recording now. Now I will try to share the whiteboard.
Screen sharing. Allow me screen sharing.
Yeah, I'm allowing it, but when you start recording, there is an issue. All participants. You can?
Yes. Draw ना? ड्राइंग करायचं सर्कल वगैरे ड्रॉ करायचं तसं नाही तसं कट कर
You can see the whiteboard?
मार्कर देतो
We cannot see.
Pencil.
Now? Can you see the whiteboard?
Draw. Yes, my daughter is teaching. Give me a minute. Teaching me.
Okay.
Line है ना line.
Scenario, okay.
So give me a scenario.
Yeah. So there is a medical student, fifth year medical student. He is asking about evidence-based medicine. So you are on duty registrar. Please talk to the medical student and explain him about the evidence-based medicine and address his concern about it.
Okay. What is the name of medical student?
Medical student name is Jack.
Jack. Okay.
Once you are ready, I will
start.
Okay, start.
Hello, Jack. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I am Dr. Sandeep, one of the registrars. I hope you know me.
Yes, doctor. I saw you in couple of times during our morning round.
Yes, Jack. How is your rotation going on? Are you learning new things?
Yes, doctor. I am enjoying my rotation in pediatrics.
Yes.
But recently, I have seen in couple of cases some medicines and treatments like it is not mentioned in the textbook, but I'm observing that it is something new. And when I ask the senior, they are saying it is from evidence-based medicine. I'm quite unfamiliar with this term, evidence-based medicine. So that's why I want to know about this.
Okay, Jack. This is very important topic, evidence-based medicine. If you want, you can invite your colleagues to join our discussion.
Yeah,
so they will also get knowledge.
They are busy right now, but I will update them.
Okay. Okay, Jack. Not an issue. So can you tell me, do you have any idea about evidence-based medicine?
No, doctor. I don't have.
Can you guess can you guess what it could be?
Yeah, I can guess like something, the medicine which we have some evidence, like the conclusion which has been extracted from the experiment or the research.
Yes.
I guess
you are partially correct. Yes, Jack, you are partially correct. Let me explain to you what is evidence-based medicine. Basically, evidence-based medicine, if we break the word, like it's based on evidence and it is applicable to the medicine. So by definition, it is like an integration of best available evidence with clinical experience and patient values. So this includes three components. Three components means like best available evidence, clinical experience, and patient values. If we integrate all these, what comes out to be, it's evidence-based medicine. It's clear up to till this point.
Yes, yes, doctor.
So this evidence-based medicine helps to take us uh, various decisions, like it will help optimize the decision to improve the patient care, and simultaneously we integrate this evidence with our clinical experience. Okay, Jack.
Okay, okay, doctor. So, uh, what are the example of this, doctor? Still, I don't need to. Uh, I'm not clear about this. I need to learn more about this.
Okay. Okay. Let me explain you this with this an example. Simultaneously, we will discuss the stages of the evidence-based medicine also, and while doing that, I will give example also, so that you will understand stages as well as the example. Is this okay?
Yes, yes, doctor.
Okay, so stages of evidence-based medicine includes like there are five stages. Like the first stage, we formulate a clinical question. It is then we acquire the evidence for that clinical question. We will appraise that evidence and then we'll apply that evidence and we will analyze. We will go all these components one by one. Okay, like asking a question, like we have to formulate a question. In here, I will give an example. Question means like we have to identify the problem for which we want to have an evidence. For this formulating question, we employ a model called as PICO model. Have you heard about this PICO model?
No, no, doctor.
So like formatting question, like PICO stands for patient. Means what is the patient? Here I will have to give an example of like busy child. Like we have to find the evidence for busy child. And then I stands for intervention. What intervention you will do in busy child? For example, use of steroid. Okay. Then C stands for comparison. Comparison means like we have to compare. Like we will compare with the children who have received steroids and received the steroids. Okay. And outcome. What will be the outcome? Whether child improve or not improve. Is this clear up till now?
Yes, yes, doctor.
So the question will be like, what will be the outcome in a busy child who have received steroids as compared to the child who has not received the steroid? Okay, Jack. I
Okay.
hope this is clear up till now.
Yes, yes, doctor.
Okay, then we will, after defining the problem, like what we want to find the evidence, then we will acquire the evidence. So can you tell me from where we can get evidence for this problem, like our various clinical problems, from where we can get them evidence?
We can get from journal, from some case studies, from case report. But doctor,
Yes.
which one is more reliable? I'm confused. I don't know whether it's whether
Yes.
I need to
Yes,
believe
Jack.
that or not.
Yes, Jack. I appreciate your knowledge, like various journal, clinical studies, and some guidelines, like NICE guidelines. We can find the evidence. This evidence has various categories, like it is based on pyramid. The base of the pyramid, which it is triangular shape. The top one is the best available evidence, and the bottom one is the weaker evidence. It is categorized according to that. The top of the pyramid forms the systemic review and meta-analysis, and bottom of the pyramid forms the individual opinions. So in between the pyramid, there are various things like randomized control trial or non-randomized control trial, cohort studies, case reports, step by step. So the top of the pyramid is the strongest evidence that we prefer first, then the next level. This is called the levels of evidence. Are you following me?
Yes, yes, doctor.
Okay, then after this formulating the question, after acquiring the evidence, we have to appraise the evidence. So appraise the evidence means like whether this evidence is relevant to my case, whether it is valid with my case, whether it is applicable in my settings, whether it is significant, whether it is efficient. Are you following me, Jack?
Yes, yes, doctor. So, which one is more significant? Which one is more reliable?
Yes, Jack, this is a very good question. The systematic review and meta-analysis, like the it's the most significant. Do you know what do you mean by this?
No, doctor. What is systematic review and meta-analysis?
Actually, systematic review and meta-analysis are the qualitative and quantitative analysis of various studies. For example, on Wheezing, they have done the 100 studies. Then review of the all studies is called it's called a systematic review and meta-analysis. Systematic review is qualitative analysis and meta-analysis is the quantitative analysis. So if we get that type of evidence is the best, but again next level is the randomized control trial, that is second best, likewise. Okay, Jack?
Okay. Okay, doctor. So you have
Okay, then what will be the next step after acquiring the evidence? What will be the next step? Appraising the evidence. What will we do?
then I think it comes application about that evidence in the form
Yes,
of making a
absolutely correct.
guideline.
Yes, you are absolutely right, actually. So while applying the evidence, we should consider like whether this evidence, am I applying for the right patient, whether this evidence is coming at right cost, whether this is the right situation for this evidence. Okay, Jack.
So,
These
doctor,
things we have to take into consideration.
doctor, that evidence directly you will make guideline. How you will apply? How you make it for public use?
What about the time,
This
Doctor?
Yeah, time.
guidelines,
Sandeep, 1 minute.
guidelines,
Yeah,
time finished.
1 minute is remaining.
Okay, the guidelines are the various you can say
Dr. Haran.
directing principles formulated by a group of people.
Dr. Haran?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
they can definitely consider the evidence-based medicine as a part of their review.
Okay,
Then they make it public. Okay, Jack.
okay, okay,
So,
okay.
Jack, after applying, we have to analyze whether this evidence has worked for me or no.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
So, like this is like a very complicated topic. We can read it together. If you don't mind, can you summarize what you have learned from our discussion?
Yes, doctor. I learned from this like evidence-based medicine is like collection of the evidence available, patient preferences, and the experiences. And then we identify the problem, we do intervention, we compare with the different available evidence. Then we acquire evidence and then we appraise the evidence and then we put this into the application. And we also discuss about the different, about the pyramid of the evidence with like systematic meta-analyses and cohort studies and case control. So that was
Yes,
nice.
yes.
It was nice. Thank you.
Yes, Jack, you are a quick learner. I can give you some trusted material to read, and we can have a seminar about this. How do you think about this?
Yeah, that's very good, doctor. Yes, that's
Yeah.
very nice.
And thank you, Jack, for discussing this topic and refreshing my knowledge.
Yeah.
And I wish all the best for your career.
Thank you very much.
Ahmad, who is a house officer, and you got complaint that he is drinking on the duty.
Your voice is breaking, distortion.
Just a minute. Hello, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Sandeep.
Okay, so you are talking to Ahmad, house officer. You got a complaint that he is drinking on the duty, and also his performance is not up to the mark. So talk to the colleague and discuss the concerns. Okay.
Okay.
Any more background information you want?
No, no, it's fine.
Enough.
So,
tell me when you are ready.
Yeah. The student name is Ahmad.
Ahmad. Dr.
Okay.
Ahmad, house officer, SHO.
House officer. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Just give me a few seconds.
This Royal not able to listen to me, but you can hear. I don't know.
I
Network
can
problem with
I
him.
can hear you.
Okay.
Actually, he's
Interrupt
on duty.
network, that's why probably.
It's maybe some network issue.
Okay. Okay, so I'm ready.
Okay. I'll start the time.
Okay.
So we have time, no? Because it
Yeah, yeah.
may. Okay. Start.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
Uh, Dr. Ahmad, I am Dr. Hiren. Uh, I think you know me, Dr. Ahmad, as we are meeting, regularly many times during the
Yes.
rounds. So,
Yes, Dr. Hiren.
Ahmad, how is your duty going on and how's your posting going on?
Dr. Hiren, like I'm enjoying doing working here. It's quite busy nowadays also. And I hope I am doing good.
Yeah, glad to hear about that, Dr. Ahmad. You are a very good doctor in our team. Uh, Dr. Ahmad, uh, today I'm here to discuss about some concern. Is this the right time to talk with you?
Yes, doctor. What happened, doctor? Anything serious?
Serious, Dr. Ahmad. As you know, you are one of the good team doctor. But recently, some concern has been raised to me, and that's why I'm here to uh, talk about that concern with you. So is that
Yes,
okay?
doctor. Please tell me.
So Dr. Ahmad, I'm sorry if my voice sound to you kind of offensive. Please let me know if it hurts to you. But I've heard like that sometimes when you come on the duty that you take a drink here, and there are some complaints also has been done regarding
What, doctor?
work.
I drink on duty? No, doctor. Who told you? Tell me who told me about this. The people are jealous of me here. They are complaining to you unnecessarily. Please tell me who did this complaint to you.
Yes, Dr. Ahmad, I understand that it sounds a little bit difficult to you. But for me, I'm not in a position to tell who exactly made a complaint. Still, I'm looking, still, we are searching for this. But the reason I'm right now meeting to you is to know whether is there any problem on the apart from the work at the back home, or is there any personal issue? I'm just trying to help you. If there is something which I can help you in this regard, I would be more than happy to help you so that uh, you can stop drinking.
Doctor, yeah, you're right. There is something going in my personal life. Like my family members tested positive for COVID. That is making me stressful, doctor. Last month they had some admissions also. So to relieve the stress, sometimes I take alcohol, doctor. What is the like? Why? How does it matter, doctor?
Yeah, uh, I understand, Dr. Ahmad. It is quite a stressful situation, and sometimes, yes, uh, it's difficult situation. It's a stressful situation, but Dr. Ahmad, look, when we think of the work environment, sometimes we are, in the on the duty, we have a lot of responsibility about patient care, about patient concern, and I'm not against the drinking, but drinking on the hospital side, as well, especially when you are on duty, it can sometimes create a problem and issues, and it can also compromise the quality of the care which we provide to the patient. Sometimes it doesn't sound professional. So, Dr. Ahmad, can we find some solution? Can I do something uh, so that I can help you in such a stressful situation? If you allow me, we can make a meeting with the psychiatrist, as well as also we can take help of some of the our senior colleagues, and I'm sure everyone here in our team would be more helpful to you.
Yes, doctor. Thank you for providing support, doctor. But I will try to manage the issue at my end. But doctor, I don't drink on duty. I just take just before coming for the duty. Like I think this should not be an issue to others.
Uh, I can understand, yes, Dr. Ahmad, sometimes you don't take on duty, but if you just take even before, you still can be under the influence of alcohol, and which sometimes can compromise, our commitment towards the work, or a kind of a very critical decision. Sometime being on duty, we also need to take some very critical decision, and alcohol influence all our higher function capacity. So it would be better for the best care of the patient, as well as for the safety of the patient and safety
Correct.
of the hospital, and for the best interest of the patient care, that you stop taking alcohol before you come even for the duty. And at the same time, if you want to share some other concern with me, we can meet outside the duty hours, outside the hospital, and we can have a dinner together, or can share some um, coffee or drinks, if that is okay and if it is helpful to you.
Yes, thank you, doctor. Thank you for your help. But doctor, like, is this complaint has gone to consultant? Will it affect my career? I will try to be. I will do my best not to drink and come for the duty. So, will it affect my career, doctor?
Yes, Dr. Ahmad, since you are a very good doctor, and you are willing to uh, comply with the rules and regulation, and you are willing to improve that, so definitely the consultant must be aware about this. But I will help you. I will help in this your conversation with the consultant, and will try to support you, so the matter will not further escalate. But Dr. Ahmad, if you do again and again similar kind of error or similar kind of behavior, then I'm worried like it might get further escalated to the level of educational supervisor, and sometime if it affects the patient care, also it can be raised to the level of GMC, and can might also affect the your license also.
Yes, doctor. I will try my best. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Uh, you are most welcome, Dr. Ahmad. I think I have talked to you a lot about this concern. So, Dr. Ahmad, I hope you will do the best, and at the same time, I am standing beside you. I am here to help you any point of time. If you need my help, please let me know. Even outside of the duty hours, also we can meet. And one more thing, Dr. Ahmad, there are some medical protection societies which are some helping institution, but in such case, usually if you correct yourself, and if you stop this behavior of drinking, especially on the duty or before duty, then the
Time finish.
level they solve this issue. All right. So thanks for your time, Dr. Ahmad. And if any concern, don't hesitate to call me.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much.
So, Dr. Hiren,
Yeah.
same age-old problem. Very, very long. Today you are unstoppable today.
Really?
You are really unstoppable. I have to really intervene to ask the next question.
Okay.
The information was okay, like it was like to the point. There is no problem with the information. But like it was a very long lecture to someone who is like he will quit alcohol forever if you give such type of lecture. So I think like in this we have to structure it like initially we should discuss the problems of alcohol with his duty and patient care and team harmony. Then we should go for the personal problems. Hopefully you discuss personal problem first. And there he may say, "Hey, I am not your friend, why should I discuss with you?" Then the conversation becomes stuck there. But if it happens in the end, then you have already addressed most of the concern. So that is not a stumbling block then. If we go to the personal problem, he says like I don't want to discuss anything personal. That's why we need to discuss first the patient. It hamper the patient care. It disturb the team harmony. It will affect your judgment. Then it is not safe for the patients also. Like that, if the word goes to consultant, then you will be in trouble. GMC. And that we said later, but that could have been come first, and then in the end, before conclusion, personal life. That structure will be better. Okay.
Okay. I was thinking like I was a little bit having confusion whether to rush or then to more focus on.
You did at right pace, but like too much too many long sentences.
Probably I was
At one time,
to
talking more than 90 seconds. We
Hmm.
only were talking. Then
But
you said like we'll meet outside, we'll have coffee, and there suddenly you said we can have drink.
the drink word is
You
given
said
in Rebecca. I read it from Rebecca.
so, I know it's a weekend, but still you need to control. Huh?
It's given in Rebecca that we can take a drink outside of the hospital.
No. Don't utter that word. You are here to counsel him regarding the alcohol, and you are offering him drink outside. No.
Dr. Irfan, am I right? This word is given in Rebecca or not?
So another one thing like initially we can say like I'm not here to judge you, but this conversation can be difficult between us. But this is very important to discuss the issues.
Yeah.
This word we can. I am not here to judge you.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah. Here, actually, this drink word, I just read it from Rebecca itself. They mentioned like we can take a drink outside the hospital. It is given
No,
in.
I don't think we should
Let
utter
drink
that.
mean you mean to say that you have to take as a hot drink. It can be a Sprite also.
Yeah, but drink usually means hard drink.
No,
No.
the C in the Rebecca.
Sorry, boss, I could not listen. Actually, I'm completely busy. Just now get only 1 or 2 minutes. So I am not commenting because I have not listened what you have said.
This word, no, in the group.
Dr. Hiren said like we can meet outside, we can have coffee, and we can have some drink also. He came here to counsel not to drink.
Yes, for this like someone who is drinking in the hospital. This is the scenario. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
you can have a cup of tea or cup of coffee, or drinking is not actually in UK is not. This is prohibited. And outside the hospital, you can drink, no problem with you.
Okay. I thought we are counseling for not drinking alcohol, and how can we offer the drink?
Uh,
Of course, this is called.
some people, yeah, actually, some people are saying that you should only counsel about the no drinking in the hospital or during the duty, and some are saying that you can counsel about the alcohol is bad and other things. But I don't know. I think in UK settings, you should not tell these things because you are not just to tell them avoid this drinking during the hospital or
Yeah, that is
This
better.
will this will compromise the patient care, and it will affect our settings also. Like this, I don't think so. We should be like mullah.
Yes.
I'm sharing this page number 249, Rebecca.